I am here with Maxine Dugan of the Erotic Service Providers Legal Education and Research Project. And we were talking a little bit about terminology. And, there's the term sex worker, and there's also erotic service provider. And I was wanting to hear a little bit from Maxine and then talk about hearing from you guys. Take it away, Maxine.
I coined the term erotic service provider back in the early 2000s. Daisy Anarchy and I were talking and trying to talk about, how different our labor was, that I worked as a prostitute and that she worked as a dancer, and she considered her work to be more entertainment based, and I considered my work to be more health based. That providing, prostitution was more to me about doing health care for people, providing them with some well-needed rest and relaxation, and that providing it was really a form of preventative medicine, if you will. So we really understood that people used different words to describe their work. They could, I could call myself an escort or a masseuse, and Daisy, liked to think of herself as an exotic dancer. She didn't really like the term stripper too much. But so we were trying to think of a word, and we knew that on the adult chat boards, we had been branded as providers. And so then we were trying to think of a term that really talked about, the erotic nature of our service. I know the term sex worker is out there, but a lot of people feel that the sex word, is like the prostitution word, where it's just really heavily stigmatized. And I myself might use the word prostitute to describe what it is that I do, because I always like to make clear when I'm talking to people or I'm giving testimony exactly what kind of work I do. So when we put together the term erotic service provider, it just talked about the erotic nature of the work, and, the service part, however you defined, the type of work that you did, and then that, we're actual providers. So that's how we coined the term, and, it's a more broad-based term that people can use, and we're hoping that legislator, in our legislative agenda, we're asking legislators to use the term erotic service provider as a new definition to be able to start to separate ourselves from the more stigmatizing, debasing term of being a sex traffic victim. So that's what we're asking both Congress and state legislators to do, to really start to treat us in laws with the respect that we deserve, and to start to describe us in a more accurate way that's the most non-stigmatizing, but yet at the same time, brings us the most value.
I agree, and I like to use therapeutic modality to describe what I do, and I definitely consider what I do to be a therapeutic modality that has a multiple levels to it, from physical, spiritual, mental, so many things, emotional, and it is preventative, it's maintenance. And it's also, in my opinion, about actualization, allowing people to process so many different things. It can be not only to us, but to the clients as well. And, I would really like to hear some discussion from the community around this. And so this is a video inviting everybody to either make a short video explaining to us, to everyone, how do you describe what you do, what your services are, and, what it's about for you, and or comment below in the comment section. But I think this is a very important discussion for our community to have.
I think so too, Elle. I think it's really important to hear from other people about how they describe their work, what kind of words that they use. Maybe they describe themselves differently in different situations, maybe to different audiences or to different people. I think it's just really important to hear. I would love to hear what people have to say.
Well, you heard her. We would love to hear from you guys. Please comment below or send us your video replies. And thank you so much. Solidarity is a weapon.